Hi Flosstube, it's McCleary, Texstylust. Welcome to my channel and Happy New Year's Eve. I am so glad to be back. It's been almost a week, and after 25 days of daily Vlogmas, it was kind of unusual to not be sitting in front of the camera and speaking to you. In the week that has went by, I was still fighting this bug that I've had for a while. I am just now starting to feel better. It felt like I was getting better, and then wham, it hit me again. It's really been hanging on, but I am doing so much better. The weather here has been yucky. There's just no other way to describe it. We've had really, really dense fog for days on end. Yesterday we had some clearing, and this morning we had some clearing, but it's moving back in. This damp, foggy weather is not my favorite. It's really pretty to look at, and I don't mind it once in a while, but not for day after day after day. I moved away from this kind of weather. I was hoping for my dry, sunny, snowy winter, and I don't think we're going to get it. I think that this is pretty much going to be what our winter is like. So many people are putting out whip parades and plans and that sort of thing. And I'm not going to do whip parade. I usually do that mid-year. I think I did one in the middle of the summer. I'm probably going to do a true up then as well. I'm not actually even going to do a summary of what I completed this year until next video because you never know what I'll get done tonight. So I still have a few hours left before the year of 2023 is coming to a close and we start the new one. I am, however, going to talk about goals for the coming year. And before we get into that, I really want to say that I am just so appreciative and touched and I really, really appreciate, I'm struggling for the right words, all of the comments that I got throughout the Vlogmas. They were so kind and it really touched my heart. So speaking of Vlogmas, I had several requests. More than several. I had many requests to do a Vlogmas again next year. I can't promise what next year will hold. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll do the same kind of Vlogmas, but I'd like to ask all of you who watched, really, what was it about the Vlogmas that you liked? And what would you like to see more of? What would you like to see less of? And what was it that spoke to you? And so that will give me kind of a clue of how I want to construct next year's Vlogmas. So my intention is to do something, I just don't know what it is yet. Let's see, what else? We had a winner from the video before Vlogmas, and I still haven't heard from her, so I'm going to announce it again. And then if I don't hear from you by the next video, which I'm assuming will be in about a couple of weeks, then I may re-gift this. So it was for a, let's see, do I have it here? Yes, it was for a basket full of winter. That was the giveaway, and the winner was Renee Wolford, WOLFORD 3270. Please contact me at my email down below with your address, and I will make sure that gets sent out to you. If I don't hear from you within a couple of weeks, then I will choose someone else. So just wanted to get that up there. Okay, let's see. What are we going to talk about today? I am going to do a giveaway at the end, and it's my 5,000 subscriber mark giveaway. So please watch to the end. I have some great prizes. One of them will be kind of a two-part, I'm not sure how to explain it, so we'll move on. I do want to talk a little bit about what my goals are for the coming year. So I'm not going to get down into the nitty gritty yet. I'm going to look at the big picture first, and then in the next video or two, probably even throughout the year, I'm going to kind of narrow it down. So one of the things that I really wanted to do during Vlogmas was a full house tour, and I just did not end up doing that for a variety of reasons. Number one, I was practicing slow Christmas, and it really was slow for me. Meaning that I didn't want to overextend myself, and I really wanted to enjoy the season, and I absolutely did that. Next year, I want to do a little bit more. One of the things that I've discovered after having moved here and lived in a different house with a different kind of decor and different area for 2.5 decades, was that a lot of my decor just it's not fitting in here. I don't have the same room layout where I used to have a formal dining room and a kitchen that had its own table area, and it was kind of set apart so I could put one kind of decor in one room and one kind of decor in the other. And my previous house was more, I guess you would call it traditional, and I did a lot of traditional / Victorian type of decor, sort of, kind of. And then in like my kitchen, I would do really kind of cute and red and white and bright. And then I had a downstairs that I would do a different color or a different scheme, and then different things in the bedrooms. I really want to do something like that here. My decor here is arts and crafts meets, I don't know, eclectic arts and crafts. Maybe that's the best way to say it. And I really like that. And I think here in this living room, and it's a great room is basically what it is. And then I have my dining table back there. And then it's all open to my kitchen area over there. So I think I really want to stick with the woodland theme. I like that a lot, and I like simplicity in this area. And then it's wonderful that I have the different bedrooms. I have a primitive bedroom. I have a French, I call it the French general room. So it's definitely a different type of decor. Then I have a cottage bedroom, which is kind of light and bright and cute. And then I have my own room, which is bohemian. It's another hard one to describe, but I definitely have a place for every type of decor that I like. And then I have a studio that is totally unfinished that I really would like to move the majority of one type of decoration out to that studio. So that's kind of what I'm thinking in my mind about what I'm going to do. So with that in mind, and then the fact that I wasn't really able to do the full home tour, house tour, decor, that kind of ties into my goal for the coming year. So I always want to do more than I'm physically able to get done, or that is, actually able to get done. So I am trying to pare it down and be realistic, because I don't like setting myself up for failure. I want to be happy with my outcomes. So right now they're goals, and then I'm going to start plugging in specific projects into those goals. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what those goals are. So I have, like I said, the primitive room, the French general room, which has French mahogany beds, antique French mahogany beds, and an antique sewing machine. They all have antique sewing machines, but and then I have the light and bright cottage bedroom, which I also call the Brenda Gervais / Paulette Stewart bedroom. Not that there won't be other designs in there, but that's kind of the vibe that I'm thinking. And then I have my room, which is hard to describe. And I have lots and lots of plans for each room. The primitive room is the easiest. In fact, it's almost too full. It's almost 99% fall all the time. And I want to change that. I really want to have more of a, fall during the appropriate time. I have definitely enough to put Christmas up in there. And then I need something for the spring and the summer, which is a little bit more challenging for Prim. And maybe if you've got ideas for that, you can send them my way, because it's definitely darker colors, very primitive. And I kind of need to rearrange. So where was I going with that? Oh, that was the easiest. The French general bedroom is a blank slate. I basically have the beds and I have the basic bedding. And I don't have a whole lot else done for that room. So it's just prime waiting for samplers and quilts and things like that. But I do have some ideas. The cottage bedroom has, again, I have a ton of ideas. I have a ton of projects that I need to complete, to put in there. And then for each of those, I like to do it seasonally. So, you know, the French general bedroom, I'd like to do something for the summer, which is pretty much set up for the summer, other than the walls are bare and it doesn't have any specialty quilts hanging on either on the beds or on the walls. The cottage one, like I said, I have a ton of decor that I'd like to put in there seasonally. And I did start this last year in 2023. I started, I picked out, I have the fabric, I have one cut out and started, and the others in waiting to do Halloween. I have the Halloween picked out. I have patterns picked out for Christmas. Actually, I have more patterns picked out for Christmas quilts than I have beds, but that just means I can put some on the walls. Right now, what's in there is vintage 20s and 30s decor, and that's going to get put away in lieu of these other things that I want to do. And again, for my bedroom, I have plans, but it's not quite as pressing to me as the other bedrooms. So, long story longer. So my goals this coming year is to do a set for each of the bedrooms, the Prim, the cottage, and the French general bedroom. Do a set of seasonal quilts. Not each season. That would be lovely if I could do that. I don't think I can do that many quilts, but at least one, pick a season and get quilts on the beds or for the beds for at least one season. That's 8 quilts, 8 twin size quilts. So that's my goal. I do have some already started. It's not like I'm making them from scratch, and I do have plans. So goal number 1, at least one set of seasonal quilts for each of those 3 bedrooms. I would also like one wall piece and one small. And what I mean by that is something that's framed, cross stitch, and at least a small. I think that that's totally doable. The French general is probably going to be, well, I know it's going to be because I am going to show you this one, is going to be a sampler. And the cottage bedroom will probably be a medium-sized sampler. And I already have a sampler. Well, I already have something in the Prim bedroom, so I'm going to have to think about that. But at least one small, and one framed piece to go on the wall for each of the 3 bedrooms. I would like a sampler for my room. Now, the samplers that I have chosen for my room are all rather large, so I'm giving myself grace and saying I'll work towards it. If I don't get it done, that's okay. But I want to have one in my room that I have stitched. I have a beautiful stitch piece in my room that is quite large that my friend Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42, gave to me, and it's a Alphonse Mucha. It's beautiful. So that kind of sets the tone for that room. The next one up, and you're going to get a little parade here. The next one up, the next goal that comes up is I want to have finished every piece that I currently have done, every piece that I have stitched. I want them to be fully finished in some sort of fashion. Now, a lot of times I will finish a piece and I may pop it in and out of a frame. I will consider that a finish, even if it's not going to stay there permanently. So I've been rambling on for almost 15 minutes, and I apologize for that. But we're going to do a little parade so we can look at some stitch pieces. I've showed several of these many times because I did them a long time ago, but I'm doing this for posterity, so you can see that this is not a small goal. This is actually a pretty hefty goal. I don't know if I'm going to sit down and try to knock out a bunch of them at once, but I need to make some decisions. A lot of this is me waffling on a decision, and some of it's just sewing. So we're going to start out with the winter pieces. This, and I may or may not, I didn't pull the charts for these. I didn't think about that, and I don't want to stop right now and do it. Oh shoot, I think this is winter white. No, that's not right. I can't remember what the name of this is. This is intended, let me put something behind it. This is intended to be a drum. I have the finishing kit, and I finished this 2 winters ago. And if there's one that you really want to know the name of that I didn't remember, please drop me a comment down below and I will look it up and put it in here. So here is number 1. It's going to be a drum. This one I tried out several frames. It's exactly 5x7, but because it's so close to the edge, I really want something a little bit bigger. This is going to get framed. I just need to get a frame. And this is Parson Brown by Not Forgotten Farm. So that's going to go in a frame. This one, I just don't know what to do with, so I think it's going to become a pillow of sorts. Winter's Piece. I think this was out of a Just Cross Stitch magazine. Again, if you want to know more info, let me know. This is Horsetown Holiday, something like that, from Artful Gatherings. And I have not decided what that's going to be. I've seen several finishes with pillows that were with a nice plaid, and I may do that. This one is another one. I just don't know what I'm going to do. It's intended to be a journal cover, and I actually have the finishing kit to make it a journal cover. So maybe I'll just go with what it was intended. And this is by Primitive Betty's. I believe it's just called Winter. I finished that like 3 years ago. This one I think I'm going to put in a frame. And it is Baby It's Cold Outside by Heartstring Samplery. This was the second of my very two first stitches. The one that was in the opening of my Vlogmas is on the same 28 count that I copy tea-dyed, and I worked on both of them at the same time. Well, let's see. You know, that actually is big enough it would make a cute pillow, but I think it's going to get framed. This was a stitch along with Priscilla and Chelsea when I very first started cross stitching, so that would have been in late 2017 or 18. And there's another piece that I stitched that is going to go with this, and this will be framed. Possibly, now that I'm thinking about it, it might make some really cute pillows to put out during the winter. This is a winter stitch, so it may get framed, it may get pillowed. This one has been in a frame before, and I just need to decide if I'm going to permanently put it in that frame. The frame actually gave it quite a wide around the stitch, which normally I like them framed tight, but I didn't mind this one. This is Spring Snow, I believe, by Ink Circles, and I really like that. Okay, so those were winter or Christmas stitches. This is slated to go into the cottage bedroom, and it's a Brenda Gervais. It was a small stitch that was part of our retreat box at a Brenda Gervais retreat that we did for Farm Girl. I'm probably going to finish this the way that she showed, and I believe it was finished on a tart pan. This is from summer school and it's intended to go in a box. I have the box and I think I will finish it just like it was intended, just to commemorate summer school. Now we're getting into spring. This will probably become a pen pillow, and this was a freebie, still is a freebie by La Di Da. I have 1, 2, 3 of these. These are with a needle and thread, Brenda Gervais. Oh, I don't remember the name, but they're eggs. They're egg shaped. And I stitched both of them that she had available. They each came with linen, and you were to put the linen on the back of them. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to use these pretty linens to make other eggs so that I can have a whole basket of eggs. And then what I did is, because I have a finished piece that is on this green, I kind of combined motifs from this one and, motifs from this one, and I put it on the green using the same colors as the finished piece I have that is Spring Delivery, also by Brenda Gervais. And I intend to put the basket full of eggs and the other finished piece that uses the same linen in a display together. So I know what I'm doing with this one. This is Imagine, Dream, Believe by Artful Offerings, and I think I make a large pen pillow out of this one. That is so sweet, and I love it. It's intended for spring, but I think this would be gorgeous in a little boy's or even a little girl's nursery. I think that's so pretty. This is just a little tiny stitch that I did. I think I intend to make this into a scissor holder, you know, like one where you slip it in there. So this is just going to be on the front. Here's another one that I would love your input. This is a Blackbird Designs, and if I don't get another fabulous idea, I think I'm just going to frame this. I think it's called Redbird, and I finished that in 2022, last year. And it's beautiful. I just love it. This one will be framed. I'm going to look for a big chunky frame, and it's finished except that I still haven't found the right alphabet to put my granddaughter's name. And it will hang in my room until such time that it needs to be passed on to my granddaughter. But this is a Blackbird Designs. It is stitched in colors. Let's see. I don't remember the book. I can tell you if you really want to know, but I did not put the border around it, and I didn't put the house right here. I went off of the antique that it was designed off of and kept it that way. And I love this stitch. This was so pretty. It's one of those where you're just so excited as you're stitching along because you're watching those flowers unfold. And it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. So I know what I'm going to be doing with that one. This one will be framed, and it will go up in the cottage bedroom for the summertime. The summertime theme in the cottage bedroom will be roses and strawberries. And that was stitched for that room. This is a sampler, a family sampler. It's actually a pen keep from Stacy Nash, but I'm making a family sampler for the matriarchal side of my family. And it has me and my grandmother and my mother and my daughter and my granddaughter's initials on it. And this, I'm not quite sure what to do with. It was a piece from summer school. I may put it on a journal. I'm not sure. It still has a... And I don't remember who designed this. Let me see if it shows right here. And I don't know if it's something that is available. Oh, it actually has a... oh, please. It does have a finishing package with it. I forgot all about that. So I have an entire finishing kit here, and it's like it has the ring so the floss can hang down. So it's like a floss holder. So I do have an idea. I'll just go with what was originally intended. So that's just something that needs to be finished. Do not get these finished. These will be pen pillows, and this is the Murder of Crows from La Di Da. And I showed all of these, I think, in a little parade in the fall. This is from Pinker and Pumpkin. This was from, I think it was Just Crossed. No, this is also Pinker and Pumpkin, I think. I'm not sure. If you want to know, I will go look it up, or go back and look at my video from the fall, one of the two or three videos. And then we're back to Christmas. This is a freebie from Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery, and it's called Yukon Cornelius, because it has the saying of Yukon Cornelius. That's a drum. This will probably be a large pen pillow, and this was from a Cross Stitch magazine. And then this was the pocket from a class that I took, me and Lisa Kinder Stitcher took at Acorns and Threads with Becky Nolan of Lucy Bean. This I finished right the day before Thanksgiving, and that is Turkey Trot by Not Forgotten Farm. I haven't decided. I think I'll frame this. I don't think I'm going to make a pen pillow out of it. I think I'm going to frame it. And then the last two finishes, and these were both this year, both during December. This is also from Not Forgotten Farm, and it's Merry Old Christmas. And that is going to be a pen pillow. I do know what I'm going to do with that. And then I finished this last night, and it's going to be framed. And this is In Heaven and Nature Sing. Here, let me put something behind it. This is In Heaven and Nature Sing. I did decide to leave the text off. I like it that way. And I'm going to take it in next week and get it measured and order a frame. So as you can see, that goal of getting all of those fully finished or somewhere is kind of a lofty goal, but I am determined to get those done. Now, if I finish something during 2024, it doesn't count. It's just this set that I showed you here. So some of these will, if I took a finishing day or two, I can knock out a bunch of these, particularly if they're just going to be little pen pillows. It will just be a question of finding the right trim, finding the right backing, that sort of thing. So that's another goal. And that one is fully vetted. You know exactly what needs to happen. Okay. Let's see, what else did I have? Okay, I do have some commitments that I made to other Flosstubers and or stitchers that I'm friends with, lucky enough to be friends with. So I'm going to talk a little bit about those, and they fit into the goals. The next one is, you've heard Olivia B talk about it. Where is my book? Hold please. Sorry about that. It was buried under all of the finishes. So Olivia B and I think Celeste Creates has already started hers, and I'm not sure who else is joining in, but we're going to be working on the Raven quilt by Blackbird Designs. Olivia is pulling fabric. In fact, she has a change that I just adore. I cannot wait to see. I think she's substituting for the purple. I think she's substituting red. I think this is going to be fantastic. I have and I have had it forever and ever and a day from back when I worked in the quilt shop. I have the kit. So I'm going to be working from the kit and jealously watching Olivia, but I think she is cutting hers out or starting this week. I need to decide which block I'm going to start with. I'm not sure. So one of the 9 blocks. There is no pressure. This is just a quilt along. This is an applique quilt. I don't think there's any intention in finishing it within 2024. That may or may not happen, but I'm going to be working on this and periodically sharing my progress with you on this quilt and working on it with Olivia B. As I mentioned in the last video, I think Olivia has started selling the applique tools, which are my preferred method as well. And she also has the applique paper. I think she has the accessories, meaning the glue and everything like that. And she just posted a couple days ago a tutorial, and it's a fantastic tutorial. So if you're interested in applique in any shape or form, I encourage you to go watch her video on the applique and then go check out her Etsy site of Hillside Rookery. So Olivia and I are going to be working on this. So that is a commitment that I made for the coming year. I also have a commitment to my local stitch group. We are going to work on a Blackbird Designs, and we're going to work on Where My Heart Blooms. This is a very tiny stitch. I know exactly where it's going to go. It's going to go in the cottage bedroom, or at least I think that's where it's going to go. I have I have not ordered. That's what I need to do. I need to think. I need to order some floss for this particular one and pick out a linen, but we're going to be working on that this year with my local stitch group. And was there another commitment? I think there might be one more that I'm forgetting. To myself, my commitment to myself, those goals that I already talked about. There is one that I would like to start, and I did not get to it yet, and it's called A Merry Heart, and I may work on that. Is that what I'm going to work on tonight? I think I'm going to work on this tonight, at least get it started. So that's by Plum Street. I have it kitted up with the called for linen and floss, and I think I'm going to get a start on that. One of the words, Lori, words. One of the samplers that's going to go on a wall, I know which one that is. And this is a start, one of my birthday starts that I started with Katie from So Tattered. She has a lot more done on hers. I have a pitiful little start. But this is one that I am committing to myself to get done. In fact, this may be my focus piece for January, and that is Illabella Johnston. And I had originally thought that might go in my room, but I think I'm going to put it in the French general bedroom because red cows and French just seem to go together. So I'm doing this on a 36 or 40 count salt brush by Fox and Rabbit. It's a 40 count. That's my little bitty pitiful beginning. No, I'm not going to work on that tonight. I have some things I need to work on tonight, but it is going to be my focus piece for January. I don't know that I can get it done. It's not a huge sampler. Let's see, what's the size? I think I had this conversation with you before where I had to correct myself about how big it really was. Let's see. What is the size? Okay, well, It's 154 by 219. So I would put that in a solid medium to medium large category for myself. But this is going to be one of the samplers that belongs on a wall that will meet a goal of mine, whichever wall it ends up being on. So Isabella Johnston. I am committing to myself because I bought this last year before last, and I really wanted to get it done for last winter after Christmas, but now I'm going to get it done this winter, and that is this table runner. I bought this at Country Sampler. I have all of the fabrics, and the only reason this is going to take a while is because there's a bazillion tiny half square triangles. Those are tiny. I think they're like 1 1/8 or maybe 2 inch unfinished, so they'd be 1.5 inch finished. Tiny. So this is on my goal list. And what else am I going to show you? This is not part of my goal, but I do hope to work on it a little bit this winter stitching season time. And it's one that I started way back when I started stitching, and it is Carriage House Samplings called the Kingsford Sampler. And I love that, and that is intended to go in this room. And this is my progress. I'm doing this on a 32 count XJU design, and I don't even think it has a color. I think it was one of her one-offs. Let me look. Nope, it does have a color. It's called Old Linen. It was right when she was first dyeing. So this is a 32 count, and I love this color. I think it will look gorgeous in here in the winter. My winter colors for here are like the juniper blue green and winter white and different shades of copper and brass and evergreen. So I think that this will go really well. So I do want to get a little bit of work on that. I have no goal, no intention that it needs to be done soon. It's just something that I'm going to stitch on. And let's see what else, just a little bit more, and we're going to wrap up this video. Ever since I did the Teresa Kogut chart parade during Vlogmas, I've just been dying to start these. So I assembled all of the floss, and it's all DMC, and I picked out 5 charts. Nothing like adding to the whips, right? I'm going to start these tonight. This is also what I'm going to stitch on tonight, and they're all, well, 3 of them are winter stitches, 2 of them are Christmas stitches. Is there more than that? Okay, 3 are winter and 3 are Christmas. The winter ones are the ones I'm going to get a start on. But I wanted to share which ones they were, what the colors were, and what I decided on for the linen, because it took me forever to figure out what linen I was going to do these on. I've decided to go small, and they're both going to be on 40 count. And these are from the 3 I'm going to show you right now. They're from the December. So today's the last day if you want to sign up for her Patreon to get these and get them included as part of the membership. Otherwise, if you sign up in January, you can obviously go back into her secret shop for her Patreon members and purchase these as well. So A Cardinal's Friend, you're going to see why. I just need to start these. Warm and Cozy, and Winter Wonderland. They all use the same floss. These are the floss colors. So beautiful red, 355 is the red, a couple of beautiful greens, etc. Some pops of the coppery orange. And what I've decided to stitch these on is Picture This Plus. This is a 40 count. Picture This Plus Dapple. So I think that the light color, the white, the snowman, is just going to show up perfectly. And then this fits in with my color scheme for winter. Although I'm not sure that they'll end up in this room. They may end up in a different different spot. But I love these. So I think the dapple is perfect. I think they're going to look gorgeous. So that's for those 3. Now the Santas, these are from different months. These are all past Patreon. Let's see. One's from this year in July, and 2 are from November of 2022. And I'm also going to do these on a Picture This Plus. And Bramble, which is fast becoming one of my favorite white cream gray neutrals. And I'm going to do these on Bramble. So here's Bramble. I'm also doing Jack's Bash on this. Oh, that's another one that's part of my commitment. I knew I forgot. So Jack's Bash I'm also doing with Katie at So Tattered and Olivia at Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. I'm following along. You know, they're way ahead of me. So, but I am going to keep that up and hopefully get that done this coming year. So here's the 3 Santas. I think this is the one I'm going to start with. And they also use 355, which is, I think, a beautiful red for Christmas. DMC 355. These are all DMC. And this one is Joyful Day. And then this one is Dear Santa. So they're all going to be on this color of dapple with similar, I mean, look at the 355 on the dapple. Isn't that going to be fabulous? I don't know if it's the same greens. I can't imagine it would be too far from the color of the greens, but isn't that just scream Christmas? Yes. Okay. I think that wraps it up for the regular video. So as I mentioned in that long dissertation in the very beginning of the video, I have specific goals. I had laid out those goals. I'm going to formalize them. I'm probably going to do a journal of some sort. I just have not found one or figured out one that really works for me, mostly because I like writing things in different places. I don't really like an all-in-one, but I like it all-in-one together where I can kind of bounce back and forth. Hard to describe. I know what I mean. Anywhoosie, so that brings me to the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I mentioned earlier in one of my floss tubes that this was definitely the time of year or the time to get subscribed if you're not already a subscriber. It doesn't cost you anything. It just helps. The more subscribers I have, the more it grows my channel, the more that my video will pop up in someone's feed as a suggestion. So if you haven't already subscribed, please consider it. And if you think my content is something that you have a friend who would enjoy, please just do share. You can share. There's a little button you can press and share, and you can email a link to them. So I want to say thank you to everyone who did subscribe. I have I have a lot of new subscribers. So I really thank you for subscribing, and I hope you'll stick around and see what I have in store. I don't do just cross stitch. I cross stitch, I quilt, I work on wool. Occasionally I throw in a garment or two. I am a long arm quilter. You're going to be seeing more long arm quilting things in the coming year, and I do like to put together little vignettes as well, and then you never know what else is going to come down. Oh, I paper craft too, so I like junk journaling. Okay, let's get back. So as a thank you to all of the new subscribers and the former subscribers, I have some giveaways, and then the last one is a little bit tricky, so I'll explain it when we get to there. Several people know that I love to stitch the Prairie Schoolers, and I'm working on them, and people at retreat, my friend Kathy Lounsbury sent me some, etc. And I ended up with another duplicate of a Prairie Schooler, and I would like to pass this on. So one of the giveaways is the 2009 Prairie Schooler. It's the one with the skates. So if you would like to be considered for this, let's put in Santa. Put in Santa in your comment, and you will be considered for this giveaway. United States only. I'm sorry, postage is just horrible. So you do need to be a subscriber. I do check, and by subscriber I mean public subscriber. You can be a subscriber, but if your account is invisible, I can't see that you're a public subscriber. I can't even see that. So you need to be a public subscriber, over 18, yada yada yada. Don't say giveaway, all that good stuff. So Prairie Schooler, put Santa in your comment. The next one is a Blackbird design, and this is one that I had a duplicate of, and it is Spring Fever. That's going to be hitting all of us very soon. It's a beautiful chart. And if you are interested in this one, please put spring in your comment. The next one is a giveaway that my really good friend Sue gave to me, and she said I could use it as a giveaway. And this is a kit, and it's called Watermelons for Sale. It's all kitted up in this cute little bag. It has fabric and the doodads and the instructions and the fabric, and it's called, let's see, Stitchy Get Up is the company, but Watermelons for Sale is, it looks like it's a table runner. I don't want to take it apart to tell you the size or anything, but if you are interested in this one, put in watermelon in your comment. You can excuse me, still the voice isn't there. You can put all of them in your comments. You can just only win one, but if you're interested in all of them, put them all. Okay, now to the last one, the last giveaway. This is an out of print book. Now you can still find it on the secondary market. It's not terribly difficult, but there's not, you know, they will run out. There's not a lot of them left. I believe you can find it on the C&T website. Is that one? C&T website? I'm not sure if there's some that you can get as a PDF download, but it's not the same as having the book. So it's an out of print Blackbird design book, quilt book. And I'm going to make you work for this one a little bit. And the reason I'm going to do that is because it is an out-of-print book, and I would really hate to see someone who wasn't truly interested in this quilting book and making something out of it, and you know, maybe turning around and reselling it. So this one, put in garden. It's quilting in the garden. And then I'm going to make you do something else. So you put in garden, and you need to go back on my Vlogmas and find the video. I will tell you that it's one of the later videos, and tell me, go back to that video, and you need to put a comment on that video. And in that comment, you need to say which quilt I said was a bucket list quilt that I needed to make out of this book. Now, I know, like I said, it's a lot of work, but then I'll know that you really wanted to use this book. That quilt will have some significance in the coming year because it is part of the goals that I mentioned earlier. So let me go through it again. Put in garden in your comment on this video. Go back through my Vlogmas. I'll say it's in the last 5. I'll give you a head start. It's in one of the last 5 videos. Find the video that I show this in and comment on it. Even if you commented before, comment again. And tell me in that comment the quilt that I said was my bucket list quilt out of this book. Okay, so those are the giveaways. It's going to be, if you have questions, feel free to either contact me in my email that I'm going to put down below, or contact me and tell me in the comment in case some of this is not clear. It's going to be at least a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks seems to be my norm, but I got into such a great habit of doing these every day. Maybe I can be a little bit better about doing these every couple weeks. So it'll be a couple weeks, and in that time, that gives you a couple of weeks to go ahead and comment on both of those videos if you're interested in this one, or comment on this video if you're interested in these. And also, as I mentioned, If you watched my Vlogmas and you were interested in seeing it again next year, what is it that you would like to see? What really spoke to you? What would you like to see more of? What would you like to see less of, etc.? So I'm really hoping that you'll comment, send me a little message here on the last day of 2023. And I want to thank again everyone for watching and for participating. And I'm so glad to be part of this community. So happy New Year, wherever you're at in the world. And some of you are probably already celebrating. I can't remember all the time zones. I'm on one of the last time zones for it to hit. So have a great New Year and the last time with your family and the kids before they go back to school, etc. And I'll see you all in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.